What's up, everybody? What's up, DC fans? So today we're finally doing a movie review and spoilers, and we're going to rant about Wonder Woman 84. Now, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, comment, share, and like. So let's get into it. So the movie starts off with young Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, aka Gal Gadot or Gadot. So we start off with them like in the Olympics kind of thing for Amazons at the mascara. And so as we're watching it, we're like, I thought she wasn't allowed to, join the Olympics thing at the time, right?
Yeah.
Because in Wonder Woman, the mother didn't want her around that stuff yet because, she was the God killer and the mother didn't want her to know that yet. But in this one, we don't know if like she's allowed or not, because Jalen pictured in Wonder Woman that she wasn't allowed until like she was a teenager.
I mean, that's what they kind of like implied or freaking did, because she didn't train until actually. Because you remember she was whack and stuff like that, like as a teenager,
yeah,
and stuff like that. Like she didn't do no training. So why they got her training with female tall Olympian? I mean, Athenians. I don't know what they call them. Women and stuff like that. As a 9-year-old child, but then her mom just at a young age was like, don't associate with that.
Yeah, and so when they start the race, we see this other Amazon. We're thinking like she's gonna sabotage Diana from winning. Like they kept showing the camera, like looking at her like with a smug look.
Yeah.
Like, why are you here? You're not supposed to be here or something like that. So we're like, oh, it's a robbery thing. So Diana's like whipping her ass, and like so they get to the horse after they do like a what is it called?
It's just like a horse. It's like an archery horse race.
Yeah, like a
hit
cross
the target.
Yeah,
like moving target.
Yeah, like a CrossFit training thing. So she loses her horse, and then they're supposed to hit these like rocket things, like powder things. Let the Themyscira people know that these are their people, so they can like.
It's like checkpoints.
Checkpoints, so they can let their like smoke up and let their flag down. So she loses her. She goes down this hill. She finds a way to get back to her horse, so she goes down this hill, like this trench, and she's sliding it. She comes out this other hole. So the camera view is showing like she's, in a way, going under it so she can hit it, I guess. But it wasn't that. So like the perspective of that camera angle was kind of ass to say. I'm thinking she's going to come out, bop, hit it, smoke go up, their flag go down. But no, she cheats, basically gets on her horse and beats everybody at the gate. Before she throws the spear, her aunt stops her, making her lose the race. And we're like, okay, like they don't. I get what they're saying.
This is the thing. Her aunt came with her with the most basic and most generic freaking lesson the movie tried to portray, but it didn't do good at all. She was like, the truth, like you cheated Diana, and the truth is that you cheated, and the truth is all that is, and that's the truth, or whatever.
And the thing is, that doesn't, like Jayla said, that doesn't go later on into the movie.
It doesn't.
Like it really wasn't a life lesson.
It wasn't really like it really just wasn't a lesson. Like it wasn't really, nobody was kind of cheating per se throughout the movie. Not really, but to me, it's not like nobody was cheating or trying to find. Like I just feel like there was no cheating like aspect in the movie.
Yeah, but before we continue, I know y'all probably laughing at the bonnet. I know I probably like a black Toad from Super Mario Bros, but I don't care. I gotta keep my hair. But so then we go to the future, and this is the part that really got me in this. Okay, before that, so the mother tells her, Diana, you'll get better. You're gonna grow into it. And then they go on the story about the goddess or greatest Amazon woman to like fight the Spartans and gave up her life, and then she had this armor. So this comes back into play later on, but we was like, why?
Can I just say why? Because how did she even get the armor? Like, I don't think her mom would have let her just. She didn't even want her to go out into the real world to help man.
Yeah, so they didn't explain how she got it.
So they didn't really. It just like she just had it. They gave away the most prized thing to them, was the only Athenian to sacrifice their life. They just gave it away to their daughter in the real world that could be lost and damaged. Yeah,
and so it wasn't like Themyscira blew up and this was like the only thing she could take. It wasn't like Steppenwolf was there when they, like in the Justice League, but she just had this armor. And so now we get to 1984 where she's saving people. She stops a person from hitting the car. Then she stops a robbing in the mall. But the thing is, she's like trying to evade cameras. I don't know why. Cause like you're showing her face. You're like she used the crown toss that she does in Injustice or in the comic books. And I'm like, why are you hiding herself? She didn't want to do that with Wonder Woman. So it was like, what was the point? And then she said, this little girl, she said, shh, like, I don't get it.
This is the thing. She's saying shush like 50 people ain't watching you.
Yeah.
Like everybody has eyes, and I'm pretty sure people will believe 100 people when they believe that this random woman came and freaking saved everybody. I'm pretty sure they will. This is the problem I had with the scene, the robbery scene. It was like them robbing this. This is the thing. They were robbing. There was these three men that were robbing the scene, and then one of the scene, the stuff had like a citron or like a jewelry thing that would come back later on. That's the major thing for the movie. So yeah, that happened. She saved some people, but the thing I had a problem with was the lasso of truth being extra super long that she could hold 3 people down kind of and have enough rope to swing, save a little girl and stuff like I feel like the rope is way long. Like a rope, okay, the rope is long, but I just feel like that rope was the only thing that she could use in the movie. Like she had strength and freaking all this different type of stuff, and they just had her just rope.
Yeah, and the thing about this is, like, what happened to her sword and shield in Wonder Woman? Because this is even before Justice League. So I guess if they do another prequel, a prequel to 1984, what happened to the sword and shield, then yeah. But like I said, all she used was basically her strength and the lasso, which I didn't get. And they spammed the lasso so much. When she did the whip thing, like to catch the clouds or the lightning bolt, and she was doing the swirl thing, they did it so many times in the movie. Like, I think they like spam Wonder Woman movies because they don't have no ideas to do with her. Like in the Justice League, Wonder Woman movie, I believe they kept doing the Clash thing with her, and they spammed that. Like that's the only thing she could have done. She did it on Superman, Steppenwolf.
Almost every antagonist she came across, she tried to do it with. I mean,
non-stop. She tried to do that, and that's when
it was cool. It would have been really cool if they did it 1 or 2 times, sprinkle it, like space it out. But it just every time she needs something, bap.
Yeah, it's like that, and we're like, okay, yeah. But in this one, they spammed the lasso. So, okay, so
then we see Barbara.
And so they hint towards the cheetah so many times with the shoes, the clothing. But we'll talk about that later. So we meet Barbara, Kristen Wiig. She's Barbara. I don't know why I did the quotation.
Barbara. Okay, Barbara. There's Barbara. She's like, the nerdy freaking king, like, antisocial freaking king. So she draws papers and meets Gal Gadot or Wonder Woman per se.
Yeah.
And something about this connection feels so off to like. Yeah, she seems more annoyed with Barbara that she dropped her papers because she was just so monotone. She was like, "Oh, it's okay. Yeah, friends, work, all the different types of stuff." Like, I know you're still mourning over Steve's death, but you letting this man really like keep your emotions. So, because she didn't seem very compassionate. The thing about Wonder Woman, she was compassionate towards Barbara and stuff like that. She wanted to actually be friends with her. It just felt like they were just friends just because.
I think it was because she wanted to know more about that statue.
Yeah, but I just feel like they were just friends because, like, I guess she was lonely or whatever. There wasn't no real they didn't bond over anything, kinda, to me, enough to, like, be friends or have a close relationship with each other. Yeah. It just felt like she was more annoyed when she met Barbara. But we meet Barbara, she's nerdy and stuff like that. People don't really care about her and different type of stuff. So.
And the thing about it is, later on in the movie, after they get the stone, and they figure out, so what you do when you put your hand on the stone and wish something. So Barbara or Kristen Wiig wished, like, I could be just like you. So basically, she's getting the powers of Wonder Woman, and Gal Gadot saying, I forgot what she said, something to bring Steve back. So that happens. Then the next day, Max Lord comes in, the main villain of this movie. So he comes in, they get Barbara so she can talk about the statue with him. And so, like, she was. Wait, is this before Gal Gadot saved her in the park?
No, Gal Gadot saved her. Like after it was Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig talking about the stone at first. Wonder Woman and freaking Barbara talking about the stone and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they was talking about like, it's fake and stuff like that. It doesn't mean nothing. Like it's like a off-brand or something like that. And then she said, but it has Latin on it. I wish people started just going back to using Latin as like the only language back then that could like have like some sort of power. So she said it had Latin on it. Some dude touched it, was like, I wish I had a coffee. And once he said that, he got a coffee, but 2 seconds later, somebody bumped into him and spilled it. So obviously this citron jewel is like a monkey paw that be careful what you wish for, because you'll get it, but with a cost or whatever. So he got the coffee, but it's wasted on him now. So after that, we see Barbara walking home. She hands some food to some homeless dude that we think she's friends with, whatever. They didn't really explain that. And then she almost gets sexually harassed or taunted by a dude.
We'll just say SA, because I don't know you two.
Then one Gal Gadot saves her, and then they start talking, and she's like, then Barbara, for some reason, goes back to work. She goes back to the museum, even though you just got from there. So you walked back to the museum instead of just going home or like having her walk home. So she did that, and then she's sitting down with Stone. She's just like, oh man, I wish I was strong and powerful and beautiful and stuff like that, just like
Gal Gadot. So basically, she wakes up the next morning, and Max Lord is there. So all she does to be like sexy in a way, all she did was take off her skirt. And she just had leggings on it.
She had this wave of like sexual awareness or stuff like that. So she takes off the glasses, scruffs up her hair, forget the morning breath because she slept there with her mouth open. Forget the morning breath, eye crust and boogers and stuff like that. Like she just like wakes up and she just beautiful. Like she rips her long shawl over, skirt over. She got heels on, her hair's all sexy and cute.
But they didn't give her acne, bad hair, split ends, or nothing like that, or Nanny McPhee face.
She took off like a brooch or whatever, and then all of a sudden she has like the best, most
like soon as she walked down the hallway, oh Barbara, you looking bad, girl. Barbara, you're 2 snaps, girlfriend.
Like everybody was like complimenting Barbara and stuff like that for just like I guess taking off her glasses and wearing like I guess not a big shawl over her legs or whatever, and just in that brooch. So
that happens. So Max Lord ends up buying the statue from them. What else happens after that?
What happened? You remember him about like?
Oh wait, doesn't Steve come back?
No, because she wishes for the thing or whatever. No. I think you remember that they had the party or whatever, that freaking Maxwell Lord
party.
He got into it was at the museum, stuff like that. He was talking to Barbara because he kind of convinced Barbara to come with him. Yeah. So for a fake,
and then he invited Gal Gadot, Diana, and then she goes. So a dude talks to her, says something that Steve said in Wonder Woman, and then next thing you know, we see Steve that took over somebody's body in a way. So we're like, so they just basically kidnapped this dude's body, and Wonder Woman does not care.
It was really, I don't know if that was like a downfall of the Stone, but I wish the Stone would have just created another person. Just Steve back. Just Steve just back physically or whatever.
Just created another Steve.
Them hijacking a dude's body for some reason is so weird and very like random to me. Yeah. Per se, because I just like y'all just wanted to find some way to put like Chris Pine back into it or whatever. Yeah. But I'd rather it's just like his spirit would just in the dude body. And we just get a new actor just with just him saying he's Steve or whatever, and she just believes him or she can see him. But still, that's just me.
So after that happens. So Max Lord gets the statue and ends up making a wish saying, I wish I can be you. So he basically, the stone crumbles.
He wishes to be the stone.
Yeah, so the stone crumbles. He gets the powers of the wishes. So this is where everything goes downhill for the Wonder Woman movie. So basically, after that, he is starting to get in calls. He's taking people's companies. He's about to go to... I forgot where he went to, but he went
to like Middle East. He went to the Middle East and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that. So he was like, "I'm about to take your land." So I felt like in this dialogue, it sounded like conduct at first because he was like, "I don't want nobody on my land. I don't want nobody near here." So I was like, "Oh, this sounds like conduct." So then we go back to where Gal Gadot was like, "Barbara, where's the stone?" She's like, "Max Lord bought it." So they found out that he's going to the Middle East. Her and Steve go to this airport where he can get a jet so they can go there. So out of the blue, when they're about to get caught in the jet, there is a scene where Gal Gadot can turn the jet invisible. And she says she only done this once, but she's just good at it. Like she's just like a prodigy to make this whole entire thing invisible. So she makes the jet invisible. Hence the invisible jet I think we're going to get sometime soon.
Okay.
But it was a good visual moment because they fly through the fireworks. Because it's July 4th, so they fly through the fireworks. What?
There was something just a lot wrong with that scene. Because somebody said that fireworks weren't even invented in the 1980s until like 1990s or whatever. That's when fireworks actually were created or whatever. But I don't know. That's just
it's a movie. Yeah, it's a movie. So they get to the Middle East where they try to stop Max Lord. So we're like, what is going on with, Wonder Woman? She's like weak. She's like, she can like run and knock this truck over, knock this tank over. So they're on a chase to get Max Lord. It's a good action sequence. I really liked it. She's like pushing the tanks out of the way.
Ooh.
You don't like it?
I'll talk about it later. Continue.
Okay. So to get to Max Lord's car, they like Wonder Woman's on top of the hood, and she's like, "Where's the stone?" He's like, "They're looking at it." So it was these two kids that's in the road that actually looked up at all the cars in the air, driving like Fast and Furious 9, and they're still playing soccer in the field. I'm like, they could have edited that out, because they actually looked at the cars for like 2 good seconds and was still playing.
But other than that, we don't have to talk about it later. Other than that, she arrested the kids and she stopped playing. Max Lord gets away, whatever. They contact Barbara to talk about, okay, do you know any information on the stone? She gives us the phone number to some dude or whatever that are close to them to talk about it. They go to dude. He gives them the history and the backstory on the stone and whatever.
Basically, if you wish for this, you gotta get something back in return.
A monkey paw.
So basically, Wonder Woman's losing her powers. Barbara is gaining Wonder Woman powers, but Wonder Woman will eventually have to lose Steve. So Barbara's not too keen with, getting a
loser. Yeah, she knows. Barbara doesn't want to go back to being a loser, and then freaking Gal Gadot doesn't want to lose Steve.
So it's like a conflict between themself versus self. I believe that's what it's called. So we move on. Then I believe after all this stuff is going on, Max Lord is making these wishes at his newfound company. Like, he's blowing up. He got interview after interview after interview, call after call after call. So he has his son there. He says something that upsets his son. He brings his son back in. The son wastes a wish on him, saying, "I wish you could just be happy." So he wasted his wish on his dad, because every time you touch Max Lord, you get a wish.
No, he said, "I wish you to be the best you or whatever, or the best." Like, he didn't say nobody. He just said, "I just want the best for you," because he was talking about be sure to make sure you're wishing what you actually want.
Yeah.
And then his son generously was like, "I want you to be the best version of you," and stuff like that.
Which that really didn't happen.
That really didn't do anything. Like, they did the win thing. Every time somebody makes a wish, it's the win thing.
Yeah, but he was like, "Okay, I need to stop," and I wish everything back to normal. He didn't do that.
He didn't do, like, if he would have said, I don't know what his son name is, but then if he said that, then his father should have saw the light, or like saw clearly that his actions were wrong. If he saw that his son generously, but no, we get
the White House fight scene, which was a waste of a trailer. Honestly, so Max Lord gets there. He tell Taxman, "Don't you wish the traffic will go at the red now?" He said, "I wish." They go to the White House. They're talking to, was it Ronald Reagan?
Yes, it's kind of raw. They didn't really name the president, but he had Ronald Reagan similarities. He just wishes, he used to ask the president what you wish for and whatever. The president said, for some reason, the president says, "I want more missiles and stuff like that," because the Soviets got the Soviet. But I think that was stupid, because if you would really care, thought deeply, if someone was giving a wish, shouldn't you wish for the best for the safety of the people, for them to not create no more nuclear weapons?
I wish I win the next election or something like that.
But no, just something that, if you want to save your people, then you should say, "I want them never to start war with us," or something like that. Something like that. Instead of just we want more. But it's just early America. Early America was so feisty back then to getting fights, whatever.
Yeah. So he gets. So in return, Max Lord says, "I get all your televised thing. I get all your TV. I get all the satellites." Well, he finds out the blueprint to the satellite that can connect to everybody's TV. So he gets that. And then he gets on the camera saying, "Make a wish, all you wonders," or whatever. So it's basically a connection. You have to make a connection with Max Lord to get these wishes.
Yeah, but first we gotta get, after he gets from talking to the president, that's where we get the Wonder Woman confronts Max Lord fight scene. And so Wonder Woman's weak, and she's not doing so good in the fight at first. She can block the bullets or whatever, but she sees that she's tired and she's very drained or whatever. And so
here comes the part where they do the lasso thing again with the whirling to stop the bullets, and Next thing you know, Barbara comes and knocks the police officers out. And then it's like this. She has this badass moment where she's like, "I can't let you touch him." And so this is the part of the trailer where we're thinking, "Oh snap, we're about to get like a 10 minute fight with these two." No, we got like a 2-minute fight. Barbara knocks Wonder Woman to the wall, and it looks like she has her stunt double in, and like she's got a dub, like the dub voicing over her. And I mean, it looked like a stunt double. And the thing about this movie is like the camera angle was terrible, because I ain't trying to say this like to be rude or like not rude or sexualizing, but you can see up her skirt, like you can see her ass or whatever, and like the whole setup right there looked terrible. And like I think I see what they were trying to do with that, but that whole scene was.
The scene was really bad to me, and we're going to get to it later, but we're going to just do like a quick review on things. So after Barbara knocks Wonder Woman out and the police officers or whatever, she allows Max Lord to escape, and she's like, "Get out of here," and stuff like that. And he takes a helicopter, tells everybody not to hurt her or whatever. So yeah, he gets on the helicopter, and she starts running, flying towards with him too, and just like, can I join you or whatever?
Yeah, you got room for one more.
Yeah.
And so they're talking on the plane, they're getting to know each other, and she's like, "I wish I could be like the apex predator." But we thought she already wasted her wish.
Yeah. By
being, Gal Gadot. And this is where they messed the movie up. We didn't get a full transformation of Cheetah being Cheetah, because they finally get to where they gotta go to get to
the satellite station.
They get in, Max Lord is on the TV, on everybody's TVs, everybody's wishing, nuclear warfare.
I wish you got dead, something.
It starts happening, and so it's basically like Purge or the end of the world, basically. Then Wonder Woman has to go. Steve says, "You have to do this. You gotta let me go." So it's a scene where did they even kiss? Have a kiss goodbye?
They kissed goodbye and stuff like that. That was the only best scene in Wonder Woman where like they kissed goodbye or whatever, because it was very emotional, because you could like see she was really sad when she started running and gaining her powers back. But other than that, the emotional part of the movie was so dead and so like monotone. But we get the Wonder Woman, she throws her rope.
Yeah, but hold on, before we get that scene was not really emotional to me, because all she does is slide off the pillar, and Steve just goes in the background. Like, they're going to have the dude go back to normal with his regular face.
But Chris, that's the thing. I told you, that's the only emotional thing of the entire movie. That's the only thing that there's something sad going on. Like, oh, she got to let go or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. First of all, I don't really care. The movie really didn't have that much emotion. Nobody felt really emotionally impacted in the movie. But yeah, she running, crying and stuff like that.
That running scene was terrible. It looked like she was just on a CGI treadmill, and it was just, green screen. Because, bro, it looked like she was running in place while she was just moving.
Chris, I thought the same thing. Why did everybody... Wait, she wasn't running as fast as I thought she would run or whatever. It's like she got one of them freaking sliding, like
she running in heat leads, basically.
Basically. Because, I just feel like she's not running fast enough for me as one. See, they should have had her limping at first, because you know how she's she's, tired.
And, a new color comes over her. Her outfit gets a different color, and so on. But then, like Jalen said, she does the lightning throw, which catches on was it the lightning or the airplane?
No, she didn't catch nothing. She caught a cloud or something. She caught
something.
I don't know. They didn't really show what she grabbed or whatever. She probably grabbed I don't know. She lassos something. She flies in the air. Then they have this scene where Wonder Woman is beginning to fly, drops down, flies again, drops down, flies again, whips use the lassos to propel herself a little bit, grabs something, starts flying again, then starts dipping, but then starts flying. So we don't know what anybody wants.
What she's trying to fly.
Stop teasing. They need to stop teasing. Can she fly? Can she not fly?
If they are trying to make her fly, where was it in Justice League? Where was it in, I guess Justice League, because that's the only movie that
they said Justice League is
Justice League and Batman vs.
But Justice League doesn't exist anymore. Technically, now that the Snyder Cut is coming out.
If I've seen it, I've seen it. Well,
I'm just saying, that's what they told me. I don't believe that Wonder Woman can fly, sadly, even though she can't. She should. But they just not making Wonder Woman fly, even though she's Athenian and a half god. Yeah. She should be able to fly. But they didn't. She goes back to her apartment. She grabs the armor to go battle. She grabs the
armor.
Cause she grabs the armor. I'm so confused because she doesn't know if she's going to be having to
she's not fighting dark side, Doomsday, evil Superman, Bizarro.
Nothing serious, and like you don't even know what you're getting into. So why did you automatically assume you need to bring the armor?
The armor was not needed. It didn't even have flashbacks of her looking at it and saying, you need to do this. You need to be, you. She just grabs it. Like it wasn't no life lesson in this movie for her to get it. And the villain, it was a waste on. Like Max Lord was just a regular human. He don't even have superpowers. All you can do is make wishes.
See, I didn't even it was like, do you even know, what did you even know that she was going to need it for and stuff like that? Because you could have easily just snuck into the building without your arm or whatever. So they just did that for a setup to fight with Cheetah or whatever.
Which lasted 5 minutes.
So we get to the thing, Wonder Woman's there at the freaking base or whatever, and then people are starting to talk. People are starting to talk, shoot at her, and then Cheetah comes, she knocks him out or whatever using her, I think her tiara or something like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, then Gal Gadot looks up and she sees Barbara, or now Cheetah.
Barbara, what did you do?
Then,
bro, you know how bad they didn't want to show Cheetah?
Oh goodness, it was that.
Bro,
scene was
she was like a whole blur.
She was really she was blurry, fuzzy. It's like she was fighting some freaking fuzzball.
She looked like a whole blur. And when they try to make Cheetah fight her, it was just it was quick second scenes to show how fast she was in a way, but I really just think they didn't want to show her. And then when they's fighting, Gal Gadot's armor's covering her, Cheetah's ripping through it, and then you can see the CGI, bro, the CGI face looked. It was basically Kristen Wiig's face, just with I don't know, a computerized Cheetah face on her.
This is the thing. I can't even see the face long. You can't even see the face long. Because they do it snap, snap. And even then, it's very dark and very foggy, blurry. It's like a blue-ish hue going on that you can't see anything. So when you do see the face, it's like Kirsten Wiig with CGI'd red eyes and just makeup on. You can literally tell it's just little splots of makeup on or whatever. And then the rest is just CGI. So this was a whack fight, and she wasted that armor on her battle with Cheetah. And this is the thing I had a problem with. We're going to get to it later. That I feel like there was no aspect that she was strong enough to tear apart some Athenian armor. But we're going to get to that later. After that, they start swinging on electrical ropes.
Yes, and they do the rope thing. They do the lasso thing again. And we're this is all she's been doing is swinging the whole time. And so the way she defeats Cheetah is they're fighting in the water. The electrical cords are in the water, and she shots Cheetah underwater.
She's but she gives ultimate. She's but Wonder Woman, this was so drastic. She was Barbara, take back your, she's trying to hold Cheetah, Barbara, take back your wish, and then Barbara's never. So then Wonder Woman thought the idea was to electrocute. Did you not know if this could have killed her or not? You were just well, I'm sorry. And then she freaking...
Or killed you, because she was in the water.
Because that could have killed you or her. I mean, that could have killed her too, so you're trying to save her, but at the same time, you're willing to kill her, not at least knock her out. You could have headbutted her or something like that.
Yeah.
But you just decide to electrocute her and stuff like that. But then Barbara's okay for some reason. That didn't kill her, even though she's just a cat. So...
Yeah, so she gets in, she sees Max Lord in the satellite thing, talking to everybody across the world, and so he gets this tornado
wind gust gale of heavy wind
where she can't even get through it, or her lasso, she does the lasso thing again. And then this part, I'm thinking Wonder Woman's back at normal strength, she can just walk through it, but no. So this is a talk down moment, where she has to talk. In Wonder Woman, she didn't do that. Oh, she fought Ares. She fought Ares with the sword, weapon. She did the thing. She did everything. But this was a talk down moment, which was this was a waste of time.
This is the thing. For some reason, we don't know, but secretly her lasso found some reason to latch onto Maxwell Lord while he's talking to everybody.
While there's the whole tornado thing.
So she's telling everybody to see the truth and you don't have to your wishes, you need to let go with different type of stuff like that. So that kind of connected her through Maxwell Lord through everybody else, what makes everybody start renouncing their wishes or whatever. But we never really see the consequences of anybody renouncing their wish. One of the scenes we saw a dude say he wished the girl would drop dead. Yeah. We didn't see her come back to life or anything like that.
And they shot the missiles disappeared.
The missile disappeared. The missiles disappeared in midair.
I thought when that happened, like they just still out there. I didn't think stuff.
No,
okay.
they literally just turned into dust.
Okay.
So yeah, for some reason the lasso lashes on to Max Lorwell, and Wonder Woman just sitting there just talking or whatever and freaking. So Max Lorwell sees the truth. He sees Alistair through his. I'm surprised I remember his name right there. He sees Alistair through his vision. He's just like Alistair, and then he just runs off nowhere.
Yeah, he's like on the highway. Yeah, you really remember that name?
Yeah, but I did. But no, but see, Max Lord is like in the middle of like an island or whatever. So you mean to tell me that the people that you almost destroyed the world with, they allowed you to freaking go all the way back to the Washington D.C. or whatever, after getting rid of the president's wishes and freaking causing all this, but then.
And you know what? It was a scene when he finally got back. He's just in the middle of the field saying Alistair, like he knew what Alistair was, which. I don't even know how.
That was real. Somebody would have found Alistair and took him in to like take him from safety. There's like a 6-year-old, 7-year-old boy, I believe.
Yeah.
Right, like in the middle of nowhere. Of course, somebody's gonna freaking like at least a mom, parent, somebody who's gonna take the kid in. But no, they just meet each other in the middle of the highway or whatever, or in the grass. For some reason, Alistair is near the highway of the White House. For some reason, don't know how. How. He would, because you remember they start running in the grass and stuff like that after you get off the helicopter. It's crazy. They just for some reason find each other. Then
that happens. Everything goes back to normal.
Everything goes back to normal. And
what else happened?
Wonder Woman just like, well.
Oh, she begins to fly. Like, you know, and just at the end of Wonder Woman, she like leaps and she looks like she's flying, but it's just a leap. I don't think they know what they want to do with Wonder Woman.
They don't know what they want to do with her powers at all.
They don't know what kind of weapon she should keep. Like I said, she didn't have the sword or shield. Like I said, I guess they'll do a prequel before 1984 because they did show another picture.
Please, I can't do it. This didn't even feel like a 1980s movie. Did they do anything that was remotely? They just had people in 1980s clothing and that's it. There was nothing 1980s about this film. If this film was said takes place in 2020, I wouldn't have known the difference.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the fashion. Yeah. Okay.
The fashion was like the only thing. Like nobody talked like that. It was rad or this is cool or this is hip or something like that. It was nothing like that. It was just like everybody just like a normal 2020 freaking whatever, weird colors, tacky clothes, whatever.
And so of course we get this post-credit scene where we think it's Gal Gadot saving people once again. A baby almost get crushed by a pillar or a pole, light pole, but no, it happens to be the first ever Wonder Woman. Not that I did not like this post credit. I just think that she could have been used differently in this. I think she should have been in Amazon talking to Diana when she was little, like a flashback to show why she needs the armor. I think that would have been better for her. That post-credit scene, that length of the time that she had, she could have did that in the flashback. I think that would have been different. And then the post-credit shows us something hinting towards her next movie, or we get a hint towards the next DC hero or villain, something in that nature where we will be hyped. But the post-credit scene, I think, was not needed.
It really wasn't new to me because what is this supposed to mean? Is this supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Is this going to be incorporated with the Flash going into different universes, or was just a quick little thing because y'all ran out of ideas and we're just like, hey, call the original Wonder Woman, see if she can do something to surprise. But I didn't get surprised. I didn't. Not to be rude, she's a good person. I bet she's a good person, a good actress. She's the first one. But I didn't feel. I'm like, okay.
It wasn't needed.
It just wasn't.
Like I said, she could have had a bigger role.
So this has to. If it's not going to come back and play, then that was just a waste of.
Yeah. So we're about to rant because we really wanted this movie to be good where it was, but it wasn't. First off, it was the thing in the mall where she was trying to hide her face, I guess, or trying to hide her identity, but I don't know if that makes sense.
That didn't make sense to me because Wonder Woman is a courageous person and a wholly good person,
and she wants she wants everybody to know her.
Yeah, she wants everybody to know there's somebody that they can have hope for and stuff like that. And that could have been very big to why she went to hiding in Justice League versus say she was open and she loved like she wanted to help everybody, like she wanted to show everybody that she's here to like be a powerful person.
Remember you saying just they don't really care.
Because I don't care. Well, if you can Batman vs Superman, remember she was hiding herself, whatever, and then Bruce had to find her and she went to hide. But this could have showed why she went to hiding because she failed the people a little bit and then people started to ridicule her for like not doing the stuff that she needed to do or whatever. She wasn't like always there. She letting the world be destroyed and everybody hated her. That would have gave us a reason to why Wonder Woman was so like was hiding herself after all these years. This really, it's just like she doesn't want to be seen because I don't know, she's just self-conscious about herself or whatever.
Or if it was like The Incredibles where the superheroes went into hiding or something like that, but she was like still wanted to do her. It was another scene where we didn't get the transformation like Cheetah. Like I said, like we didn't see her. We didn't see her. I hope this don't really come off for it. We didn't see like Kristen Wiig naked, like transforming to like face off with Gal Gadot. We didn't see that. We didn't even see her, kind of. So yeah, we didn't see the interest of like why she wanted to become a cheetah. Like she said, an apex predator. She could have been a lion, jaguar,
this was
elephant.
Something I thought could have been better. I got a problem with the cheetah thing and stuff like that because she just wished to be an apex predator and she turned to a cheetah or whatever. That didn't make sense to me because in order for Cheetah to actually harm Wonder Woman, she had to use some form of magic. Say the stone is magic per se, but I like the backstory where Cheetah like finds the cat goddess statue, breaks it, and then she kind of like becomes like the cat,
like it's enchantress.
So I wish she would have wished I would be like powerful and stuff like that and very dangerous and stuff like. And then for some reason Maxwell World gets like a hint about a something, and then he goes in the back room and then he's like, here, catch, and then she catches it, breaks it, and then all of a sudden you see the smoke just come out. And whatever.
That would have been dope. Like she goes into the shadow, like something happened, and then she comes out as Cheetah.
And then you see like when she.
I said Cheetah.
Yeah.
Cheetah. I'm sorry.
When she like breaks the statue, that's when you see like she starts to transform, her eyes turn colors or whatever, and
we get like a growl or something.
Because there's just no lore. She's just a cheetah just for being a cheetah. That doesn't make sense because in the DC comic books, magic can affect supers, but then it just like she's a cat, so. And
they need to stop. They need to figure out what they want to do with Wonder Woman and her moveset. Like I said, they used the lasso too many times. They used the bracelet too many times. They finally used the tiara, but I think she only used it like twice in the movie.
Where did she be lashing onto? Did she lash onto the clouds? Did she lash onto lightning bolts? Which is,
I think she did lash onto lightning bolts.
The only reason I thought they did a lightning bolt scene, I thought she was gonna catch it and throw it somewhere else.
Zeus?
That's what I thought she was gonna do with it. No, she just swinging off of it. I thought she was gonna catch it and throw it at the satellite thing to stop it from projecting to everybody to stop. That would have been something better than I guess she just swinging on freaking light like a female, I don't know, Tarzan or whatever. But
Yeah. What was another scene? I think Chris Pine character. Okay, yeah, I guess because he needed to be in this movie for a reason. But to me, it's like, I don't think he really was needed for this. I think Gal Gadot should have just stayed like, if the story went like to where Barbara made her wish to be like Wonder Woman didn't do her wish yet. So, she sees that Barbara is changing. And so she sees the conflict that she needs to help Barbara. And that's why she's trying to find a stone. I think Chris Pine could have been used differently. Like later on, if they introduce Scarecrow, like she gets, Scarecrow toxic on her, and she see like Chris Pine's death over and over. I think he could have been used like that. I think if they keep using Chris Pine, they might as well just bring him back. Honestly, they might as well just bring him back. And then I was thinking like, where are the other superheroes at? They could be a Superman, but he doesn't really know about his powers. I don't know when Superman landed in the 19. He landed at what time? 80s, yeah, like 80s. But then he must have been just a baby, so and Aquaman, he was probably just getting born. Batman, well, they have to be an age.
Why?
They have to be. I think because Superman like 30, 80.
I don't know. I just feel like they're like if this was happening, I feel like there should have been some superhero that was like.
Because how old? Oh yeah, because Wonder Woman's already old enough. So I'm guessing Batman was at his funeral at his parents' funeral. Aquaman was getting trained by Green Goblin. Superman was going through his wilderness.
Maybe Green Lantern.
Flash wasn't born yet.
Green Lantern, I think, because I think that's when he was at the time when that stuff happened or whatever. That I think
the actual Green Lantern.
Yeah, Chris.
Like Hal Jordan.
Yeah, Chris.
I don't think Hal Jordan was there.
No, that's the problem. Like that could have been him. Like it could have been him.
Yeah.
Because I think he got the ring or whatever, sort of at that time period, didn't he?
Well, that won't make sense because then we have to add the ages up together because they have to be the same.
Okay. Besides that, everybody must have not been born, but I just feel like there should have been some superhero that was willing to like step up and help.
I mean, maybe we would get that because we don't know what happened on the other side of the earth. So
but nobody talks about this in Justice League, Batman vs Superman, Man of Steel, nothing like no other movie. Nobody talks about what happened in 1984 or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess it wiped everybody's memory, kinda, but I don't know. There was still like a lot of travesty cars and stuff like.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
We don't know. Was there any other scenes that got you? Oh yeah, the stunt double scene, like I was talking about.
The White House scene was very lackluster scene. All Kirsten Wiig literally just freaking like pushed. I mean, yeah. Barbara just pushed Wonder Woman the entire time, and then Barbara was too tired to fight, so she couldn't do anything.
Like I said, and then the Wonder Woman looked like she had a stunt double. Her ass was out. I ain't mind, but what if they would know, or the stunt double, one of the two. Like I said, Wonder Woman could have been way better, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I give it like a 2 out of 5. I'm gonna be straight honest with you because it missed a big opportunity to be an amazing DC start for like the new year. Hopefully, the Zack Snyder cut. Well, I heard Zack Snyder cut is 4 hours.
Yeah, they're gonna do 4-hour episodes and then they're gonna do freaking a whole movie. I don't see why they just don't release it till like a 4 hour.
Wait, so is it 2 hours? 2
no,
hours?
1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, spaced out. Then they're gonna finally release it all in just like a one.
That's stupid.
That's stupid to me. But
okay.
Hey, at least we're getting something. We're getting something that's good.
We're getting something. So we're definitely gonna do a review on that, the Zack Snyder cut. But that's our review spoiler rant on Wonder Woman 84. What you give it?
I give it a literally 2 out of 10 because I feel like this movie didn't do anything, set up payoffs. The freaking theme lesson of the thing didn't really come back to play as majorly as it should have. Yeah. The villains weren't really villainy, to be honest. I didn't feel like Max Lord was a villain. Like, I was like, okay, he's just this guy that's down on his luck and he just wants something better for his son. Like, they had much better connection with Max Lord and his son than freaking Steve. And no, not Steve, Barbara and freaking Wonder Woman had as friends or whatever and stuff like that. I just feel like I was like rooting for Max Lord. I'm just like, he's just like a good father. Like, he cares about his son. He just wants the best or whatever and prove that he's like good for his son or whatever. And I couldn't feel bad for that. Cheetah Barbara, I don't know. That was a waste of a character and waste of lore. DC lore has been like literally retconned and wasted and stuff like that because I just feel like that didn't make sense for Barbara's character to just be a cheetah when there's like no magic aspect or whatever to it. Steve possessing a dude's body was very weird to me, and that's a lot of controversial stuff. I feel like it to me. Well, now it is. Now, back then when it came out, like if it would have came out like the early 2000s, nobody probably would have cared. But now, like since people are very awoke or whatever, it's weird to like use somebody else's body for like stuff that they're not aware of, whatever. What else? Yeah, I didn't care. A lot of stuff didn't happen. A lot of stupid concepts kind of all jumbled up together. I don't want to go on Gal Gadot, but her acting was not as good as it was in the other movies. I just felt like she was very monotone, lacking energy, and just like because her whole character was just sad about Steve this entire time. You have your woman character main personality be wrapped around a man, and this is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman who's like all about feminine, being a woman, powerful woman and stuff like that, and upbringing a woman and just like not relying on a man. Her whole personality is down because a man is gone from her life.
Well,
that rewrote the whole into that wraps like her whole freaking thing up for like Wonder Woman as a comic book character, but then now it's just like, yeah, she's sad because she lost her man and stuff like that, even though she knew he was a human or whatever, and they weren't going to even last long in age. You can live 1,000,000 years. He can only live but 90 at best or whatever.
Yeah.
So that just me. I just feel like they just made her whole character center around a man and being sad and depressed. Like, okay, that's nice, Wonder Woman, but the world needs to be saved.
Yeah. So, well, basically, that's what he had to say about the movie. I think that's it.
It's a lot of, but one last thing, a lot of male bashing thing. Like, you remember Barbara, she got catcalled by like almost 100 dudes from like the jogging scene or whatever.
Yeah. I
just feel like, okay, yeah, man, like, can y'all like dial it back low key on just like the men just are so freaking like ravishly like trying to sexually go out there with to sexually harass somebody, and they weren't really sexually harassed. They were just complimenting, saying she was nice, hey sexy, or stuff like that. It wasn't like that, like come here and let me get you something good, except that one dude that she attacked. But other than that, I just thought the movie was just a big misfire and it's very forgettable to me.
It was
one-time movie.
But let us know what you think in the comments about the movie.
Yes. Subscribe, like, share, talk about it, discuss it.
Make sure you watch our other videos. More content on the way as usual. We're going to get more gaming on the channel for sure. We'll probably do some Resident Evil soon because the new Resident Evil Village is coming out hopefully mid-year or end of the year. Other than that, thank you for watching. Peace. Love you.